Kaspa family, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. This right here is a very exciting update. I'm sure if you are, part of the Kaspa community, you guys know what's happening. But, let's waste no more time and really analyze, what's really happening and, what really is the excitement that I'm talking about. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Looking across the board, as we did start off, the brand new week, we did see, the overall market see a little bit of a retracement. While Bitcoin is absolutely, going crazy, dominance is what you need to be focusing on. And this is why I show you guys the dominance on a day-to-day basis and show you guys the importance of that. But what's really interesting here is that, Kaspa is one of the very few coins up 8%. Yes, guys, you've heard that correct. It's up 8% right now. And this should just tell you the momentum it has, exactly what we've been discussing. My overall analysis over the last, few weeks has been 100% accurate because I sensed that, we're starting to see some bullish momentum for Kaspa that we haven't seen for quite some time. And this just sums it up. As you're seeing the broader market see a retracement, you're seeing Kaspa ascending. Is there insiders that know something, or is it just market makers stepping in? Do let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. But over the past 1 week, Kaspa up 14.7%, and over the past 1 month, we are up about 11.9%. One of the very few coins that's still in green, with the price currently sitting at almost 9 cents right now, up 7.3% in Bitcoin comparative as well. Market cap at 2.35 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $116.3 million. Before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So let's take a look at what's happening with the dominance. So I really want you guys to understand that, that the dominance has been skyrocketing. So as Bitcoin did see this push towards the 88K mark, you also saw Bitcoin dominance seeing a push, and we have actually set a new yearly high for the dominance, sitting at 64.6% just a few hours ago, which, is the first time since 2021. And that should really just tell you a lot of money is tied into BTC. So of course, you do tend to see altcoins lagging behind. If you're looking at BTC, though, as I said, broke above, the 86K mark, the level that we've been speaking about over the last few days. And of course, breaking out of there was, obviously really important because you're retesting some of the levels we haven't seen since the 26th of March. Obviously significant amount of resistance. If this is able to break out, I think, 90K Bitcoin is on the table very, in the next few days to come. So what's really happening with BTC? Is it just market makers coming in? Is, all the shorts that were piling up, market makers stepping into, just completely wipe those shorts out? Possibly. If Bitcoin is able to get back into 23.6, I think that would be quite an interesting thing to be noting. So, so far so good for BTC, but, Kaspa, is showing so much strength because, remember, I'm telling you guys, the dominance is really high right now. And the fact that, we're sitting at the dominance at 64.4%, some of the levels we haven't seen, like I said, since the beginning of the year. And just a few hours ago, we were, retesting some of the levels we haven't seen since 2021. And despite that fact, you saw, Kaspa see this major breakout. Shouldn't surprise you about the momentum. But look what ended up happening. Look at this, guys. Yesterday's update, I titled it Boom. And yes, this was a boom because you can see this for yourself. We retested this key resistance, in our last update. We know the importance of this key resistance, but look what happened. We broke out of that key resistance. So if this was a confirmation for yourself, guess what? Kaspa did go up an additional 10% after that, key resistance was broken out. And we're retesting some of the levels since the beginning of March, which again is very exciting to see. Obviously, a lot of steam right now, on Kaspa's side. Obviously, this blue zone is the next target, which again is at the psychological level. You do expect a little bit of choppy levels around the 9.4 cents. But what's really impressive here right now is the fact that we have seen this breakout despite the dominance being this high and despite the broader market seeing a retracement while you're seeing Kaspa going up. Again, sums up everything we've been discussing. So you give yourself a pat on the back if you've been picking up Kaspa, during, the bloodbath. Again, anyone that picked it up around the 5.3 cents, I'm sure there's no one not complaining because it's up 70% since then, which again is amazing to see. Could not be more happier for, the Kaspa community. One step at a time, though, of course, a long ways to go to get back to the likes of the 23.6. Is there really indeed, an exchange listing that's coming? Is this an exchange that's buying? We don't know as of now. Obviously, we can speculate, but let me know down below what you guys think. Of course, definitely the momentum is there for itself. There's no questioning that. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.